morning. You listen to FloorDaily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. This morning I have two guests. I have Natalie Jones, the Director of Marketing for Shaw Floors, and I have Terri Harrington, the Vice President of Shaw Floors. How you guys doing today?
Doing great. Thank you for having us.
Kemp, always good to talk with you.
Well, I wanted to catch up. You announced yesterday that you're changing the look of the Shaw Floors brand. Let's get to that in just a minute. First, a little background. Natalie, I've known you for a long time. You started your career on the commercial side with Lee's, and then on to managing commercial, and then on to Sunbrella. And then you went over to Shaw Contract, and now you're on the residential side with Shaw Floors. And Terri, you're relatively new, just been at Shaw Industries for about 2 months, and you came over, spent 14 years at Electrolux, and most of your background is in marketing, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
It's good to meet you, and thanks for letting me introduce you to the marketplace. Terri, making this move over from refrigeration to flooring, talk a little bit about this voyage that you've been on here the last couple of months.
Yes. Well, first, really excited to be a part of the Shaw team. A lot of great foundational work done, and there's a lot of synergies between the industries. So really excited to kind of bring that consumer to life here at Shaw with this new identity, and also really simplify the shopping journey as we look at the retail space and how we can help support our customers in the market.
Some people who are close to Shaw know that Benjamin Liepert came over from Electrolux, and so did Carolyn Heisel. So you're the third marketing powerhouse from Electrolux, right?
Yes, we had worked together historically, and so it's really great to be reunited with this team with Shaw and really kind of driving our new brand direction and the consumer journey here.
Probably should set the stage. Shaw's residential business has 4 brands: Cortec, Anderson Tuftex, Shaw Floors, and Philly. Tell us about these stable of brands and how they're positioned.
Well, Kent, we've got those 4 brands on the residential side of the business, and 3 of them are really our home brands that are consumer-facing. Anderson Tuftex, which is more focused on that eco-luxury consumer. Cortec, which is an innovative, performant, refreshingly styled luxury vinyl. And then Shaw Floors, which is the flagship brand of Shaw Industries. We're the largest brand with the broadest distribution and the biggest portfolio of products. Those 3 are the consumer-facing home brands. As you know, over the last couple years, we've done extensive consumer research because we know that building stronger, more differentiated brands that really connect with the consumer on an emotional and an aspirational level, that's going to help drive more business for our retailers and bring more value to them. That research really did help us identify those core consumer targets for each brand and the unique value that we each bring to our customers and our consumers. And it helps sharpen that identity for the why for each brand and strengthen our story at retail.
All right. So before we get into the why, let's talk about just the graphic in itself. Explain just a little bit what we're looking at here when we look at the Shaw Floors logo.
Well, you've seen it. It was on FloorDaily.net yesterday. You can tell when you're looking at it, it's got that abstracted S mark, which clearly identifies Shaw Floors. And it gives that nod to the materiality in our old logo. You can see that in that movement of the 2 pieces in the abstracted S. But on a deeper level, it really represents connection. And I love the red and blue coloration because it not only evokes warmth, but it reflects our legacy as a U.S. manufacturer.
All right. So you talked about doing some research. Tell us about not only why you're doing it, but doing it now.
Yeah, so I think a lot of these insights that we received from our consumer research is aligning to our new brand vision. And what we're trying to accomplish is to provide a clear, focused, strategic framework for Shaw Floors, and one that really resonates with our homeowners and is going to make it simpler for our retailers as our consumers are going on that shopping journey. So really excited for this to take shape next year.
Now that you've come up with the graphic and you've announced that you're rolling it out, What are the next steps?
So we're going to be rolling this out early next year. And so what that's going to look like is it's going to be across all of our different touch points. And we know that it will take time to implement this in the market. So we see this as a phased approach throughout 2026 and beyond, but we'll have refreshed merchandising and new displays, new digital content. We're very excited about that.
Tell me what the storyline is behind this new brand look.
What I think is most important about this refresh for Shaw Floors is it really does strengthen that story of why Shaw Floors. And so it's going to give a compelling why for our retailer to share with their consumers. Shaw Floors is all about performance for real life. That's just one example. And our Pet Perfect collection of products is a terrific example of that. Shaw Floors will be the brand that brings you differentiated performance attributes that stand up to life with pets and kids and just all the activities that happen at home, so that the consumer there can really focus on embracing life and those moments with their loved ones. Again, having that compelling story, having it show up in our imagery, in the new look and feel with the logo, in the merchandising, it's really going to make it for a stronger connection for our retailer and their consumers in the market. Another reason for the why was to really differentiate Shaw Floors, the consumer-facing brand, from Shaw Industries, the enterprise.
Okay, so will you be rolling out this new brand look at Surfaces in January?
Yeah, we will have our new brand look and some of our new displays at Surfaces.
All right. It was good to spend time with you guys. And again, been talking to Natalie Jones, Director of Marketing, and Terri Harrington, the Vice President of Shaw Floors. And you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.